Hey everybody, what's going on today? Welcome back to Heresy Painting and Gaming, where we talk all things Warhammer Horus Heresy, Warhammer 40k, Age of Sigmar, Star Wars Legion, and all the other miniature war games that we can get a hold of. And before we move on, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and hit the bell for notifications so you can get caught up on all the other videos and unboxings that we do here. And now that we got out of the way, let's take a look at what we're unboxing today. And today we're going to be unboxing the Legionis Astartes Battle Group. And this right here is probably one of my favorite box sets that they've ever made for Warhammer Horus Heresy. Or just Warhammer in general. Like, this is just a great box. And a lot of people thought that these were going to sell out. And they didn't. But when I first got this, like, I almost missed out. But shout out to Bailey over at Windy City Toys and Collectibles over in Ellensburg, Washington. Because he texted me on Discord and said, "Hey Tony, I know you really want this. I got one set aside for you." And just big shout out to that guy. So if you're ever in the area, go check them out. And no, I'm not sponsored by them. They're just a really cool group of people. And especially Bailey and Duncan over at the store. They've just always been really cool to me, so I highly recommend that you go check them out. But that being said, let's take a look at what's inside here. So you get 32 miniatures, and it is a whole army. Or just about. They're not really a whole army, but there's a lot of stuff in here. So, in the box, you get 30 Mark III Tactical Marines. You get the Daredale Dreadnought, and you get a Land Raider Proteus, which can be built 3 different ways. Now, if you are going to build an army for Horus Heresy, you're just starting out, I recommend getting at least 2 of these, because this gets you a great amount of units, and especially if you like the Mark IIIs, which is my favorite, definitely get multiples of this box if you can. Now, they are a little bit pricey, but the savings are also there. Because just the Land Raider alone, it's about $100. Like, I believe it's $95 from Games Workshop. And the Dreadnought is another $80, and then the Marines are $80 plus $40. So we're looking at almost $300 worth of value in this box, and it's a $200 box. So for your consideration, that the savings are there. But it is a good box. And I'm going to comment on the box. Like the Solar Auxilia Battle Group, it is a thick cardstock. So it's not a flimsy box like the Christmas Battle Forces. So it's a pretty sturdy box. It's the same type of box that the Age of Darkness box set came in. So really sturdy like that. So yeah, that's kind of my thought on that. Just really cool stuff. Oh, and another thing about this box too is that just like the Solar Auxilia box, all of these came before the individual releases for the Daredale Dreadnought and the new Mark IIIs. The Land Raider Proteus had already come out before, but it was a nice addition to this box because you can never have too many tanks. And I just thought it was a really neat addition. And we'll pop this open here. And all this glorious plastic. And here we have the full color instruction manual. You have all this, the Daredale Dreadnought, the Marines. And we did unbox the Mark III Marines earlier. And I kind of wanted to show you something because I showed you all the vambrace parts that were in the sprue. And I'll show you again on this box. But this kind of shows how all that goes. Like, these are the upgrade weapons. And it shows you like where they go. Shows the vambrace. So you can turn your Mark VI arms into Mark IIIs. And I also wanted to show you the Land Raider. because it is 3 different versions. So we'll take a look at the back here. So, Land Raider Proteus. So there's the actual hull. Once you build the hull, you can build 3 different versions. You can build the Proteus Carrier, which has a heavy bolter on the front there, just kind of on a little mini turret. The Proteus Explorator, which has no turret weapons, but they do have sponson weapons. And then the Proteus Explorer with hull-mounted weapons. So you have the hull-mounted weapon on that one. So you get to basically pick which one you want to put together. And also the difference between the Explorer with the hull-mounted weapon and the Proteus Carrier, because they do have the same hull-mounted weapon, is that the Carrier has an assault ramp. So if you want to have your guys just assaulting out of the Land Raider, you want to go for the Carrier, which might actually be the option I go for. You have your bases. So this is the 80mm base for the Dreadnought. You have your Marine bases, 32mm. Then you have your 3 Sergeant upgrade sprues, which are the same as the Mark 6s. So you have your banner, you have your Lightning Claw, your Power Fist, Power Sword, you got a crest, and a plasma pistol. So there's those. You get 1 weapon upgrade. And it has the plasma guns, it has the Volkite chargers, and the Volkite Culverins, is it? The rifle version of it. You got your melta guns, you got your flamers, got your rotor cannons. So you get 5 weapons. You have 6 sprues of this, which are the Marines. And there's the Van bracelets that I was talking about to make the other arms into Mark 3s. Because the Mark 3s are a little bit heavier armored. And this is the most recent iteration of the Mark III armor. Not like the old ones that came in the Battle of Prospero box back in 2015, 2016, I believe. These are different than that. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 30 Marines. And that actually totals up to a box and a half if you were to get the box separate of the tactical squad. So kind of keep that in mind when you're getting these. Hence another reason why I recommend getting 2 of these boxes, because then you can just buy 2 more of the regular boxes and you end up with 100 Marines. So they add up pretty quickly. Have your vehicle sprue, which is pretty much standard. Your pintle-mounted weapons. You have your top hatch Marine, all your hatches. This goes to the Land Raider. You have your Land Raider sponson weapons. And this looks to be a twin-link last cannon. That goes on all of them. So a little bit of anti-tank. But these are primarily transports. So you have the sides of the hull, which actually looks very similar to the Spartan. I think this one's just shorter because the Land Raider Proteus is a little bit more boxy looking because it's shorter, whereas the Spartan is just more long. You have the sides here. And if this is anything like the Spartan tank, it's going to be a joy to put together. And same thing with the Kratos. That was a good one to put together too. And here's the treads. There's that. And right here we have the Daredeo Dreadnought. So this is all the weapons. It's the same thing as the one that we took a look at before. And here's all the bodies. So the 3 bodies, legs, different head options. So really cool stuff. And a lot of transfer sheets. So you have your Marine transfer sheets and then your vehicle transfer sheets. But yeah, that's the unboxing for this battle group. And as far as my recommendation, definitely pick this one up. There are some still out there in the wild. They didn't sell out surprisingly. And I believe you can still get them at the Games Workshop website. But I do recommend going to your local store first and supporting them. Like, always support your local stores. Especially if you play over there. Because it's no fun to support a store or play at a store, but never supporting them. So, pay where you play. Is what I always say. And again, I want to give a shout out to the guys over at Windy City Toys and Collectibles for getting me this box and making sure I got a copy. Because that was really cool of them. They didn't have to do that. They could have just sold it to somebody else. But instead, they were really cool and they said, hey, Tony, we know you really want this one. So, we're going to set it aside for you. So, again, thank you, Bailey. Thank you, Duncan. And big shout out to you guys. So, I hope that people keep coming your way. I'm going to always recommend your shop. And as for the rest of you, thank you for joining me with this unboxing. It's a cool one. It's one of my favorite ones. And as always, happy painting and happy gaming. See you on the next one.